Hello everyone. I sincerely hope the participants are having an enriching time in the peer learning process. The world today is currently experiencing a situation never heard of. With each passing day, even the word unprecedented loses its relevance. There is no sector which has remained untouched or unperturbed. The teaching learning spectrum has also taken an enormous hit. The human interface while teaching students seems a distant realization right now. The education fraternity world over is trying its best to deal with the grappling situation. And India is not an aberration. The Bharat Padhe online campaign by the Ministry of HRD aims to bring the current teaching learning process under its ambit. The question immediately that strikes me here is the online engagement of the students. It's not that the Indian students do not have access to learning or reading material online. We have seen the essence of online teaching just gaining momentum in India. This transformation in the process gradual and welcoming. However, there is a word of caution. Online teaching in the process of educating students should not be considered in isolation. Digital or online learning is successful when we consider it to be a part of blended learning. The precarious situation today is making us think harder and smarter than ever before. What we must do here today is to take the student community into confidence when we devise something new for them today. The mental well-being of the people in general and the students in particular should never be ignored. After having deliberations with educators across the country, the common line of thought that is emerging is the level of engagement of the students in the online teaching learning spectrum. The engagement levels as a sign of success for online teaching learning are not encouraging as of now, but we also see a glimpse of hope and an opportunity to innovate. Here are some of the positives and instructions that we encourage for a successful online teaching ecosystem. The most effective way to have the undivided attention of the students is to make them work. Simply giving them reading material or learning resources is not enough. It may happen that the students do not even open the file to browse the reading at hand, making such methodology largely ineffective. In the traditional teaching learning process too, it has been advised that the students be made to work on live projects, give small written assignments in the form of short research articles or papers. The assignments and projects related to current events and issues can raise the engagement level of the students. The projects should be given keeping in mind the aptitude and interest of the student. Additionally, the students can be asked to submit a voice note presentation on the said topic. This will also reinforce learning. The idea of engaging students in groups can be borrowed from traditional teaching pedagogy. It has been seen through research studies that making students work in small groups is a very effective method to boost engagement levels. More so if the entire responsibility is given to a group leader who can then effectively anchor the group. It should be ensured by the educator that the student completes assignments on time and always completes it. Easier said than done. Keeping a tab on each student is a difficult proposition. But again, there is a silver lining. Specific interfaces in the Google Classroom help the educators in keeping a tab on the assignment submission time. This precision of time records is a new dimension that can even be used for blended learning methods. Additionally, to make this effective, students should be given ample time to work on the project. A weekly assignment could be given on a Thursday so that she gets time to work that over the weekends. It has been observed that the students work harder when they get perspectives out of a work assigned. An assignment should be challenging and should make the student question himself on different counts. If a student can personally reflect on different scenarios and answer things honestly, the work can be considered to be done well. The students value specific things that are done for them. It has been seen that the engagement level of students improves if they perceive that the educators have some insight to offer. For instance, collaboration is the key to every question asked. Google Classroom allows up to a maximum of 20 educators on board for a single class. This points to a new perspective. Educators from different parts of the world or even the country can be providing education to the students on a single platform simultaneously. Similarly, for bringing the industry interface, one can choose to bring on board a member of the industry to provide insights into the current line of discussion. A student-centric assessment system designed scientifically has been seen as an effective tool. A system where the students know what is expected of them helps them perform better. We can introduce to the students the concept of rubrics, where the assignment methodology indicates achievement criteria across all components. If the students know the methodology on which they will be graded on, they gain newfound confidence and generally perform better as they are in the position to self-assess their grades. The overall goal of rubrics is to teach students that learning is their responsibility and to encourage students to become self-reflective. A professor going into the ambit of a student is in itself a sign that the new age educator is welcoming the new work methods. A well thought out live streaming on a Google Meet or a webinar through Meet Now in Skype can give a boost to the online form of educating young minds. The educators attain success when they can contain and channelize the zeal and energy of the students. Disruptions will be there online too, and they have to be dealt with like a physical space. Many of the applications online give the operator the prompts to find out the disruptors. For instance, those profiles not on mute mode or those who are deliberately derailing the class could be easily identified. The idea is to be smarter than the students in the digital space as well. To conclude, I would quote the work of Paul and Weller 2014, who suggests 6 steps in bringing effectiveness in online education. Quote begins: Number 1, building a community. Number 2, clearly outlining course expectations. Number 3, utilizing online tools for interaction. Number 4, promoting the exchange of ideas. Number 5, providing timely and relevant feedback. And number 6, creating an environment that is student centered, quote unquote. We sincerely hope that every educator is thinking innovatively to reach out to their students and in the process engaging them too. Thank you very much for listening to this. We hope that it will be of help to you. Thank you again.